Welcome to Spider-Verse Minute, the tri-weekly podcast where we watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 1 minute at a time. I'm Sean Slater.
And I'm his sister Caroline.
And today we're watching minute 71, which opens with Spider and Penny working on the goober and ending a minute later with Tombstone walking through a doorway.
I have titled this minute, Hardcore Origin Story.
Yeah, it's definitely, Miles has one of the more interesting ones.
One of the most dramatic ones anyway.
Yeah.
So much.
But going back or starting with Penny finishing up the goober, I noticed we get a shot of inside of the suit as she's working on, doing work in it.
Mm-hmm.
And up in the top left part of her bit, it looks like she has this different dance moves for Spider. I'm not exactly sure what they're supposed to be, but one looks like Spider crouching down, one's got legs sticking up and sticking down, another one's got his legs looking like a person, another one's them just standing up tall. It's very confusing.
Maybe it's a dancing villain that she has in her universe, and the only way she can beat him is through dance-offs.
Yeah. So
she had to program in dance moves for Spider.
But yeah, I got a chuckle out of looking at that.
Yeah, I also love how she's snacking and is really casual about fixing this during this sequence.
And just does it all she grabs a snack just kind of in sync with everything else. She's done this kind of thing before.
It's great. It's a very short sequence too, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
It's just real quick, fast, montage of what she's doing. You can tell it's it's easy for her.
And then also just the hard cut of the music ending and just of them relaxing in the living room.
Noir, this is my favorite thing ever, is Noir on the couch holding the Rubik's Cube. He's like, and this is purple? Spider-Ham. Now.
So, do you think he's trying to learn the colors, or he just sees everything in black and white? Do you think it's just that he's never seen colors before?
I think he's never seen color.
Okay. And he's trying to learn what the different colors are.
Yeah.
Which I guess makes sense instead of him just seeing everything as black and white, because he takes it back to his universe then.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
That's a big spoiler, Sean!
But, yeah, I do like this little gag. I also there's I don't know if you'd call it a visual gag, but there's a great little visual bit of Penny walking through the kitchen, and she's got those wheelie shoes.
Heelys. She's got Heelys.
Yeah.
I wrote that down too. Penny has Heelys. Penny has Heelys. And I love it.
And one of the reasons, the reason they do that, which I think is the best reason, is it was just taking too long for her to get through the kitchen. Because they had her just walking and they're yeah, this is taking too long. So one of the artists just had her roll to get there faster.
Heelys, they're a thing, and it totally works. If we didn't have Heelys, they'd be why'd she do that? But because Heelys were a thing, that was my immediate thing. I'm Penny has Heelys. Awesome. Yeah. I always wanted a pair of those.
And I like how she just, gives it to Gwen and Peter. She's I am done. Here you go.
She puts it on a chain and everything.
Yeah.
It's great.
She's just so, proud of herself.
And she's I'm finished. How long do you think they were waiting? It doesn't seem like they were waiting for long.
No, I don't think so. Not that long, anyway. I would say, well, it was long enough for Miles to get to his uncle's house and then get back here.
I don't think she was working on it for that long, though.
I imagine it might have been soon after that, though.
They had at least talked about the plan. Because they had to get the information.
Because it's also, it's early enough that Miles' dad is already working.
True.
And it was dark when Miles left and also left his uncle's house. So
yeah. But we also noted that it was kind of starting to get a little brighter.
Yeah, so I'd say this is 3 hours later. This is probably 9-ish.
Okay, that makes sense. Talking about visual gags and Penny with her Heelys. not related to the Heelys, but just another visual gag that kind of made me chuckle that I just noticed is when Spider-Pig goes to put his
his
teacup
cup
down. May
Yeah.
just throws a coaster underneath, and I'm like, I love you, May.
Yeah.
It's just a great little.
And it kind of looks like Gwen is going to reach for the goober, and then Peter like snatches it before she can, so she's like, I'm just gonna move my hand and make it look like I was picking it up to shake it around and make a point.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like that while Peter's just talking about like, don't worry, Miles will come around, he'll be back.
Yeah.
And everyone's just kind of looking at him like, sure he will.
And they're like, I know the kid. Like, he's gonna come back, and he's going to be so ready to fight. And then Miles comes busting through with a panic.
Yeah.
Just talking super fast. She's like, Prowler, my uncle's Prowler. He's trying to kill me. I was just like, that's not what I was expecting. New Mars Casual. This is one hardcore origin story.
Penny's little like, knock it off. That's
It wasn't even just Penny. It was Penny.
No, Penny
hits
slaps
him.
him.
Penny
Yeah, that's what I'm
hits
saying.
him, but like everyone gives him a look of like, dude.
Yeah, but I like Penny's little knock it off slap.
Yeah, like, dude, not the time.
Also, when Miles says Kingpin, you can hear the Prowler sound.
I know.
I like to imagine that's in universe, and Prowler just like has like the reason it's so quiet here is because Prowler's down the street or something, and he's just playing it from like a boombox or like a big set of speakers. He just always announces where he's coming.
That's
from.
what the shoes are. The shoes are just giant speakers.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about Uncle Aaron's sound system in the apartment. I wouldn't be surprised if he had his own speaker.
Built into the suit.
Somewhere in the suit.
Instead of like a 6-pack of abs on the suit, he's got a 6-pack of speakers.
I love that idea. The next thing I have is I love this, like, the two separate sides of Peter and Gwen, and I think it shows their relationship to Miles very well. Where Peter is very comforting of like, hey, we're gonna figure it out. It's okay. And Gwen is very business of just like, were you followed?
Yeah.
Like, their priorities very different right now. I love how Miles is like, I don't think so. And then Liv, so lovingly, rings the doorbell.
Ding dong. Well, I guess it was.
Ding dong. Well, isn't this a lovely or whatever she said. I guess I was followed. And both Peter and Gwen kind of give him a look like, dude. Like, you think?
Real quick, just two things I noticed with the layout of the house.
Okay.
Is one, her TV is like next to the couch, but like pointed at such an odd angle. Like it's pointed behind the couch. So I have no idea why it's that. Like
maybe she watches from the kitchen. That's why it's like that.
But you wouldn't be able to see it from the kitchen. Like it's not at an angle that you could see from there. At first I thought like, oh, maybe I thought I saw a chair like next to the china cabinet. But it doesn't look like there's anything that's at the right angle for her to like even sit on to watch it. It just seems and what it could be potentially is she moves it when she wants to watch something and just like puts it in the corner when she doesn't. She's like, oh, company's here, I better put the TV away.
Yeah.
That, and then we also see when Liv knocks on the door, and then right before she opens it, you see her umbrella and baseball bat next to the door.
I mean, she lives in Queens. Gotta have that baseball bat ready.
Yeah.
The thing I was gonna bring up is once Liv enters the house, May goes, oh great, it's Liv. Which I have two theories on. One, May and Liv used to be friends. Because remember, Liv always said, her friends called me Liv.
Yeah.
Or she's doing the same thing I do. And calls her Liv out of spite.
They were saying in an earlier draft of the story when Doc Ock was still male, they had Peter like working under him as an undergrad, like research assistant kind of thing.
Kind of like the PS4 version.
Yeah. and so like she might have met Doc Ock kind of through there, and then this sort of like that could be how they know her. I still like to think that they're just like college roommates or something, or friends from school.
I like all of those suggestions. I think of her just calling her Liv out of spite is what makes me happier.
Yeah.
Because May seems like that kind of person.
I don't really like this spite because I like to think that Doc Ock still thinks of her as a friend. Like she's just like
No,
she still wants to be friends with her, but it's or like, you know, Doc Ock has this, you know, sort of like, oh, she's still my friend. I won't kill her too badly.
I won't completely murder her right now. Okay, no, that's fair too. I like that idea as well.
It briefly looks like she puts her fists down once she realizes who it is. Like it looks like she has her hands up, like ready to rumble, but then she's like, "Oh, it's Liv," and then just like puts them down and just like, "Okay, got to do this again."
Oh, great! It's Liv. Like she's expecting like a lecture or something.
Yeah.
Like, oh, great, it's Liv. I got some time before I have to fight. She's gonna like talk for a million years or something. You know what? I like that idea a lot better. They're college roommates and they just know each other really well.
Yeah, and then Tombstone, and the last thing I have is just Tombstone walking into the door being like, "You made a big mistake, kid."
Yeah.
Is such a, like, I wonder what his mistake was. I feel like it's, like, it was, "You messed up big time, kid," very sloppy, like, is it just coming back to the house full of the other, you know, heroes?
I think that's what it is, not realizing he was being followed.
Is that him messing up?
I think that's what it is. Although I will say, this is like the first time we realized just like how tall Tombstone actually is.
Oh yeah, because he's always next to Kingpin, who's even
so he
more
looks
massive.
So tiny.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you almost fit. You like barely fit in that doorway, sir.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you are quite tall. Do you have anything else?
No, that's all I have.
That's all I have. Thank you all for listening, and you can catch us on Friday with Minute 72. Until next time, thanks for listening.
Bye.